Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 178 of MMT Millennial Movie Talk. I'm one of your hosts, Braden, joined as always by the wonderful Alex,
Hello.
the wonderful Michael,
Hello.
and back from his trip around outback Australia and all the way to the wild Tolkien lands of New Zealand, it's the
Jersey.
wonderful Chris.
Hello.
How you
That's
doing,
a very
dude?
good way to put it. I'm feeling great. I'm doing great. How are you?
You've had a real trek recently.
I have. I went to the faraway lands of Central Australia. Saw Uluru there. So
Very
a
cool.
lot of cultural knowledge. Very nice.
Magical, mystical.
And a lot of big rocks, which we love.
Lots of big rocks.
Many big rocks in that region.
Very desert.
And then I went on a further voyage. And I know what you're going to say, but I did not ride an eagle or a Nazgul.
Got
for
him.
that. Yep. No, we flew on a plane, but we went to the lands of New Zealand, where obviously
Grass is
Middle
green
Earth
and the girls are
was
pretty.
filmed.
Yep.
Yeah, very pretty place. Hobbiton, big highlight. Have to highly recommend that to anyone that goes. You'll see in my picture today.
There
That's
it
me
is.
at Hobbiton.
There it is.
I was a hobbit. I was a hobbit, guys.
He's there. He's there.
He was.
Yeah.
In the
And
Yeah, what
this-
you can't tell from the context of that photo is that fence is about half a foot tall.
yeah, and I am actually the size of a hobbit.
Chris, are you a hobbit?
I am a hobbit. Now that I've been to Hobbiton, I was just like, hey, I'm the same size as this door. I
me.
don't understand.
It me.
We did learn about some of the magic of Hobbiton. They actually have different scaled hobbit holes. So they have an
Okay.
80% one, like a 50% one. So that way, when they film obviously Bilbo out the front, they put him at the small one. Sorry, at a big one, and he seems smaller.
Yeah.
And then they filmed Gandalf next to a really
Tiny
small
one.
one, and then
Tell
he
you
seems
what,
massive.
I don't
It's-
know how the hell they made those movies. I
Yep.
swear to God, I still don't get it.
It was magic.
It is magic.
Well, see, Braden,
So yeah,
the way the filmmaking
they showed us.
works.
I even like seeing the shot of like seeing the like explanation of how they get Ian McKellen sitting on the bench of the cart next to
Elijah
Frodo.
Wood. Yeah.
Yes,
Elijah
with
Wood.
the
I
distance
still,
between them.
I still can't grasp it. It's too
Every
clever
time-
for me.
Every time I'm watching that sequence, I'm like staring at the cart, like I'm
Yeah.
gonna see through. I'm gonna see through the
gonna-
magic
I'm
because
gonna
I
get
know
I know
it's
how
not
they
real.
practically did it, but I still
no.
can't figure it out.
Can't be done.
I
Yeah.
just enjoy the ride, guys. I don't try to pick it apart.
Yeah, but yeah, look, the magic is still very much there at Hobbiton. You know,
Mm.
Peter Jackson gives you a little message, says, you know, thanks for coming, and
Does he FaceTime you?
yeah, he was actually live FaceTiming us. No, there's a little video of him on the tour bus.
He does it for every tour group.
Yeah. But no, it's cool. Like they show you kind of the infrastructure, the road that was built for the set, just for the crew and stuff to use. But then you also obviously see the live set of The Hobbit, which is the actual set for The Hobbit. So it's
That's
cool.
cool.
The moon.
That's
Yeah.
sick.
And the food was amazing. The
Ooh.
actual the actual Hobbit feast was like properly cooked Hobbit feast. Like it looked and was amazing. So I can actually highly recommend that, even though it's quite pricey.
Even better after a little bit of that Hobbit weed.
Yeah. Oh yes. But yeah, Hobbiton.
And you guys went and explored some old Mount Doom.
Yes. So we climbed a volcano, which Mount Nagaro, which is
Whoa.
known for being a filming location for us. Nice one, Alex.
Thanks.
Thanks. For Lord of the Rings. And yeah, we also went at Mount Tongariro, which is they're both active volcanoes, which is cool. Realized after we hiked them how active they were, but didn't erupt, so that's fine.
Well, that's good.
That's a duck.
Yeah.
Good thing to know.
We got our adventure. And final little stop we did was at the forest where Rivendell the set was. And
Rivendell.
there was some cool markers there. And did you hear that, Mr. Frodo? Rivendell, we're going to see the elves.
You
that-
went
that
and saw
was-
the elves.
That was said much by me and my
Plenty of
companions.
times.
Yeah. And did you guys know that when Aragorn kicks the helmet, he actually broke his toe?
Now, I've
You
heard
wouldn't,
rumors of
yeah.
this. I've heard rumors. It's good to know this is actually true.
Yep. It's been debunked.
I heard it's
It's
true. I don't know. Apparently, it's true.
Mm.
Is that one of the
two have died
facts
and
they tell
every
you on
single
the
person in a
thing?
50-meter radius said
Does
it.
Peter Jackson come on in that welcome video and be like, "Hey guys,
Guess what?
He did it, but it kind of became a joke on the trip that anytime we learned a Lord of the Rings fact, one of us followed up with that Lord of the Rings fact.
God damn it.
Because-
That's so good.
And then
Yeah.
the tour guide's like, "Can we get them off?"
Yeah, pretty much. No,
Dear God.
any good fan of the series would have enjoyed my traveling group because we were playing the entire soundtrack whilst driving through the
Oh.
countryside, the rolling hills,
Beautiful.
and I was just so immersed in my head in this Lord of the Rings tale that we were living, and I was driving, so it was dangerous, but
That's
Beautiful.
always good to focus on your fantasies while you're driving a big metal vehicle.
Michael,
yeah,
I thought
an
that-
iron horse even.
Michael just said, "I thought you were hitting a vape and not your drink bottle."
Oh, what a reveal that would have been to find out that Michael vapes.
Yeah,
hello.
live.
I'm like, "Where'd he go?"
There he
Damn.
is.
Those clouds. Those
Jeez, those clouds
fog
fogged up your
rings.
camera, Michael.
Fucked up his camera.
Fucking hell, Mikey, what's going on
Bless.
there?
Well, I'm glad you had a wonderful time, Chris.
Yeah, thank you. And yeah, that's all I've been doing. I didn't get a chance to watch many films other than Elvis on the plane. Watched Elvis on the plane.
Bit of Baz Luhrmann.
I started at 10 minutes before landing the first time and then was like angry because I started getting into it. And then I finished it on the way back. Well,
Very nice.
I say finished it. I watched the entire film on the way back.
There you go. That's a bit more,
Yeah.
more of a
How
thought
long's
out
how long's
plan.
the flight?
But it's about 3.5 hours.
Ah, so you had an hour to kill after watching Elvis.
Yeah, so you
Yeah.
lose or gain 2 hours if you're going back and forth, which led
Mm.
me to keep telling my friends that the flight was 5 hours, and I was fully prepared for a 5-hour flight, and then I
Damn.
found out it was only 3 hours, and that was an amazing time for me.
That's honestly
So-
the way to go. That's going
Yeah.
in with really bad expectations and being pleasantly surprised. So
Yeah, imagine the look on my friend's face when he was hearing from me that the flight was 2 hours longer than he thought it was
Yeah,
going
he's
to be. yeah, he's like, no, the time's different. The time's different.
the other way. It's the other way.
Yeah, but yeah. So, what have you guys been watching and doing?
Oh, thanks for asking, Chris.
I
I don't know if you were aware while you were away. It's been the spooky season, and Alex has watched a heap of stuff. Alex, what have you watched?
by a heap, 2 things I've watched. I watched Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors, and Halloween 3, Season of the Witch.
Now, is this continuing your watching all the other Halloween movies for some reason?
And watching all of the other Nightmare films.
Oh,
So Nightmare 3, which is Dream Warriors. I've seen this one before because this one's the best Nightmare on Elm Street movie, period. Which is shocking that it's the 3rd film in the franchise.
yeah, I've always heard that and wondered how that happened.
Is that the one in that the kill with the TV?
Yep, that's the
Yeah,
one. This is
cool.
the one
That's
in
the
the
one I've
hospital.
seen.
This is
Yeah.
the one in the mental hospital where all the kids band together and take down Freddy with returning actress from the first film, Heather Langenkamp. No, Heather something. What's her name? From the first film. I forget what it. Yeah, Langenkamp, who played in the first film not the titular because that's Elm Street.
She played Elm Street.
She plays Nancy Thompson, the
Nancy.
the final girl from the first film, and
Yep.
she returns in this one, and she's great, and it's all great. It's all a lot of fun. The kills are fun. The story's fun. It's a really cool concept of like a bunch of kids in a mental hospital who all are scared to go to sleep, and everyone thinks the kids are suicidal, but they're not. Freddy's just trying to kill them, and it's really
Even
cool.
When one turns up
They
dead,
got-
it's
Brutal.
tough.
Yeah.
They got some really cool kills, including the TV kill that Michael mentioned, and then there's a kill where there's a kid who likes his like puppets. So Freddy rips out his veins and uses him
Oh,
as a
that's
puppet
right.
and makes him walk off a top of a church. So extremely cool. Yeah, a lot of fun. Can't say the same about Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, which
Oof.
is the Halloween film that does not have Michael Myers in it. This is
this the 3 kids?
no.
The 3 kids in the masks?
No.
Isn't that?
No. This
Well,
is
isn't there a Halloween movie with 3 little kids?
not that I'm aware of, or not that I'm up to yet. This is the
Okay.
one where it's about a doctor who joins forces with a girl whose father gets kidnapped, and they go to like kind of investigate a children's Halloween mask company.
What?
Is Halloween 3 Season of the Witch?
That's a bad premise for a movie.
It's a James.
Why is it a
it's-
Halloween movie?
It's a bad James Bond film that's a Halloween film. That's what it is. It's got
surely that's a film that was in production and then they were like, shit, this isn't gonna sell at all.
It is way
we
more
gotta
of a.
stick a Halloween name on it.
It's a shitty James Bond film. That's what it is.
Wow.
You got this guy who like this younger girl pulls him into like this work, like kind of goes, help me on this thing. I need you to help me investigate. He goes, okay. They have sex twice before he asks her age.
Of course.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
It was
And
the 90s.
yeah,
folks.
and then at the end we get the big evil head of the corporation who ties him up, tells him his whole plan, and then
Yep.
leaves to go hatch the plan.
Yep.
And then he escapes and foils the plan.
Was there something timed slowly killing them people, the prisoners, or
So the whole premise is that the evil head of this mask company is putting microchips in this mask. It's really weird. Somehow it involves stealing one of the big rocks from Stonehenge and putting it in.
I'm sorry.
funny.
Excuse.
What?
Because they have powers and they've used
Of course they do, because it's Stonehenge.
and they've used. I'm not sure if they've used the powers to hatch the evil plan or they're using the powers to protect them from the evil plan. I stopped paying attention like 45 minutes in. So
Wow.
I was just waiting for this movie to fucking end at this point. Anyway, so there's a big rock from Stonehenge that's there, and the whole plan is that they put these microchips in the masks that they're selling to the kids, and when this special comes on TV on Halloween night, lasers come out from the masks and murder all the children wearing the masks.
Interesting. Okay.
Lasers is the
Yeah.
choice.
Masks with freaking laser beams.
Lasers.
Halloween 3.
What? So at what point does Michael Myers come out and kill the head of
He's
the
not
corporation?
in the film. And the
What?
movie
That
ends
really straight away.
What the fuck?
and the movie ends with the plan going as a success.
What? Wait, so a bunch of children die?
They leave it like very ambiguous, but yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
But I'm curious, is there anything at all that connects this to like the Halloween universe, like the Halloween universe? Like
Yeah, so this-
character or anything?
No, not at all. Oh yeah, there is. The characters are watching the first Halloween film on TV at some points in the movie. Halloween
Okay.
1 and 2 exist
course.
as films in this universe. So obviously we have
What?
the head of the corporation testing out his laser plans and showing James Bond. So this is James Bond here on the right.
What?
So this is Halloween. This is a Halloween movie, guys. This is
How
it.
did they manage to slap Halloween on there? Yeah.
Do they at all show these masks going off?
Notice. Yeah, we're about to see it. Notice
Good.
in the background when we cut to the big bad guys. That is the Rock from Stonehenge.
Wow.
Well, that's the one they've
I
stolen.
love how like a shamrock is the bloody logo.
What on earth?
How
Was this
did
meant
they
to be a leprechaun movie and then they, they
What was their
changed it?
method for stealing the Stonehenge rock?
Is it telling the kid to put the mask on at this time or? Because otherwise I'm very confused as to why this kid's just put this mask on. Oh, that's why.
Yeah, that's some
the thing.
subliminal shit. What is going on?
Okay,
Can you hear it?
A little bit.
Oh, right.
Is the kid dead now, or hasn't happened yet?
It's happening now.
Wait, is he dying?
Oh, it's happening now. Oh, okay.
What's got?
Poor pumpkin boy.
Is it just melting a kid's face?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And
Oh,
Lovely.
and bugs come out too, by the way.
Why are there bugs in there?
What?
Yeah. So
That could have been.
Who put the live bugs
Different.
in there?
yeah, it could have been something. It's something, man. It's
Is
a
this Jurassic World 3?
okay.
What?
and a
That's
snake.
a
How
full
did they get a
snake.
snake in the
Full-on
mask?
snake?
Full
Those
snake.
things were not in the mask when he had it on
No,
before.
they were not.
It's the
They
magic of the stone.
it's what happens with the bug and the
Oh.
stone. I'm just hoping we get it. That's a rattlesnake too. That's
Wait, so what was the idea behind the mask? Why do they want to do this?
just to kill kids, man. I didn't listen when he was like, "Let's talk about the grand plan and why we're doing this." I didn't
What is
listen.
that reaction?
I
Also,
didn't.
they don't know what's happened to the son, and obviously bugs just spew from his mouth, and they're just like scared of that. They're not like, what the like,
Yeah.
get my
What-
child out of here.
Anyway, that's
Wowzers.
Halloween season. Halloween. And then the movie ends with him trying to
Is the subtitle at all related to anything in the film?
Oh, can we talk about the poster of the film that has nothing to
Season
do?
of the Witch.
What's the witch part? Yeah.
Is there
Yeah,
a witch in
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Where are the
Why is it
witches?
called Season of the Witch?
Where are the
Why?
witches?
Like,
It's like they
Oh.
ripped the title off another film and put it on this film
It's like an
to prank
insurance
people.
insurance scheme or something.
Like-
Yeah.
Like they used that other title because they
This is
already
something
purchased
WB
insurance for
would
that
do.
production.
What year did this come out?
I don't know, but this poster that you can see here, it looks like a weird witch mask, right? Not
Yeah.
even on the film.
What the
Doesn't even
fuck?
happen.
Is
This
it
is cool.
possible they had to release the Halloween witch movie? They needed that title. They had to deal with someone.
No
Yeah,
clue.
those 3 kids. See, I knew there was something about 3 kids.
Yeah, but they're not in the film.
They're not even in the film.
No,
Jesus Christ.
these are the masks
that's
that they're
so
trying to
bad.
sell.
This came out in 1982.
It's
There must be more of a story to this. I'm gonna ask Dan and Jen about it and see what. the
Yeah,
hell's
can you
going
ask
on.
them and be like, "Why is it so bad?"
That's atrocious.
Not
I'll
even
ask them
bad.
about it.
Like, not outside of being bad. It's just so disconnected.
Why is it connected to Halloween in any way?
Yeah.
Because movies exist in the universe.
6 more days to Halloween. That's
Yeah.
that's what happens on the ad, by the way. It's like it's London Bridge is falling down, but like every day new ad will air like 5 more days to Halloween, Halloween, 5 more days to
Yeah.
Halloween, Silver Shamrock.
And it's like, hey, yep,
Interesting.
because we stole stone from Stonehenge.
Yep.
Jesus.
Yeah, don't know why.
That's it.
Can't
That's
explain
so
it.
dumb.
How did
That's
they do that?
atrocious.
Did they just put it on a lorry?
Yeah, they put it on. They
They're
put it
just
on.
driving through town.
I think they put it on a big jet and flew it over because you can do that apparently.
Oh, okay.
God damn.
It's ridiculous. It's bad. I never want to watch it again. I never will watch it again.
Fair enough.
That's it.
I watched Marvel's Halloween special, Werewolf by Night.
Oh, yeah?
And I
How was
gotta
that?
say, I am incredibly impressed by it. I was not really expecting much of it. I was just sort of like, yep, cool. Like they're pulling out some of their old school horror names for, Halloween special. It'll probably be really like ham-fistedly tied in to the Marvel universe in some way. It's not at all like it's just doing its own thing, which
That's
I
good
love
then.
it for. It really commits to being a like old school creature feature special. It's like 50 minutes, which is excellent.
Nice.
Jack, the main guy, who plays the titular Werewolf by Night, he's wonderful. He's I'm trying to remember Gail Garcia Bernal.
Gael.
Bale.
It's Gael. It's Gael.
Gail. Gail.
Gael.
He's
Guy,
wonderful.
imagine Guy then L, like he's a member of the Superman house.
This
Like
guy,
Gael,
L,
Gael.
like he's in the Superman house.
Yeah, Gael, like
Thank
Kal-El.
you. You made it make sense to me. Gael, he is just the most lovable dude. He's so nice and so wonderful, and you are totally on his side from the jump. Laura Donnelly's fantastic in it as Elsa Bloodstone. She's
Elsa,
cool.
isn't she from
From Frozen. Yeah,
From
she's
Frozen.
in this one.
Cool.
She's part of a family who hold a ritualistic hunt to determine who's going to get the bloodstone.
As you do.
But by far the other standout of this is the giant, scary looking, with a heart of gold, man thing, otherwise known as I want to say his name's Ted,
Oh, yeah.
or it's either Ted or Trev. I think it's Ted.
Interesting.
But Man Thing is a giant. Imagine Swamp Thing. It's that. Hilariously, Marvel and
know what
DC
Swamp Thing
released
is.
Man Thing and Swamp Thing, like I'm pretty sure in the same year. It was
A bit of
hilarious
plagiarism
timing.
doesn't hurt anyone.
Yeah, but yeah, Man Thing. I've never really known Man Thing for being a character that I would ever be interested in. He's brilliant in Werewolf by Night. Absolutely love him. He's got a very cool visual style. The whole visual style of the whole special is great because it's going for that old black and white film vibe. Like, there's parts where it has the little dot that appears in the corner of the screen to tell you to change the film reels, which is fun.
Oh, yeah.
I only really know about that from Fight Club.
I think we all only
Um,
know it from Fight Club. The cigarette burns.
Yeah. But yeah, so it comes with the cigarette burns at times, which is fun. It's surprisingly like violent and gory in the sense of like what they would have gone for in like an old school 40s, 50s, 60s horror creature feature, which is fun. Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. And again, it's under an hour, which is excellent for this sort of thing. And yeah, they don't try to tie it in to the rest of the Marvel universe at all, really, at all. Like, they just get to do their own thing. And they're so likable that I now want them to appear in, probably they'll turn up in something with either Blade or the Agatha Harkness TV show or whatever they're doing there. I think they just revealed that they're doing a Vision TV show.
Oh, yay, more.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're getting White Vision on a TV show called Vision Quest.
Right.
In which will be about Vision
Yay.
trying to remember everything now that he's White Vision and trying to regain his humanity.
Very nice.
As
So
you can
that'll be
tell, we're all so excited about the
y'all
sound
are
of
hyped
that.
for that one. Hey?
Ecstatic.
Like, especially Chris, the top Marvel fan in this group.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I wanted more
Hell
Marvel
yeah.
TV shows for sure. That's what I wanted.
Hell yeah, give us more.
Well, if it's more Disney Plus you want, boy howdy, have I got a recommendation for you guys. Y'all really, like, I swear to God, Andor's such a good fucking show. You got to get on it.
I keep hearing this from a lot of people that it's dark. It's showing sides of the Empire we haven't seen.
It keeps getting better. And I swear to God, the most recent episode from last week has a character reveal in it, which I can't... Okay. I'm going to give you a slight spoiler as to where the plot of Andor has gone, purely on the basis of I'm trying to recommend this to you guys, and I want you guys to get excited about it.
I've started on my journey to catch up now.
I have
Hey,
not
Michael's
even
here.
begun.
Okay. Do you like Face Off?
Yeah.
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 They have their own
I'm
Face Off
listening.
prison
We got a face off?
in
Go on.
Andor. Because of events, Andor has ended up in prison, and it's not normal prison. It's a full-on face-off prison.
Does he swap his face with someone else?
Wait,
No, he doesn't swap his face, but the
Mm.
prison the Imperial guards are all wearing giant rubber boots, very face-off style. So instead of the prisoners wearing boots and being magnetized like in
Right.
face-off,
Yeah.
the guards wear big rubber boots, and the whole floor is electrified. And it has
That's
3
pretty
different
cool.
levels, and they
Interesting.
give them level 1 when he first gets there, and they're all in severe pain. And then at night, it's level 3 unless they're in their like bunk, and stuff happens so that you see the result of what happens. So he's full on in prison. It's great. It's like a labor camp, and there's one other actor they introduce in this scene, in this entire place.
Don't spoil it.
You don't want to spoil it?
No, because what if we're gonna watch it?
Oh, I'm trying to
I'm
sell you
watching
on
it.
it.
I don't
Spoil
want
it. You can spoil
spoilers.
it for me.
Not for me.
Okay,
Don't
take
do
your
it, I'm
headphones off if you
watching.
don't want to hear it. Take your headphones off if you don't want to hear it.
Don't read his lips.
Chris,
Yep.
Andy fucking Serkis is in this show.
Oh god, I don't know names. Who is?
The guy who plays Gollum, the guy who plays Caesar.
Oh,
You know
okay.
that guy? The guy who
Okay.
played Snope in Star Wars.
Yep.
It's him. Okay.
No way.
Michael, I
Not
didn't
at
think
all.
you want to spoil the fact that Andy Serkis was in it.
Oh no.
You dinguses. Bless. He's
Classic.
excellent. He's so good. He's so
So-
good. You guys gotta jump on Andor.
Exciting.
It's fucking great.
The 2 episodes I have watched, I've recently just finished episode 3. Look at me go.
I've
Yeah,
seen the trailers.
It is getting good. The fact that in the first episode it goes pretty dark pretty quick.
Mm,
If you know which point I'm talking about, Braden.
mm.
But
The first 3 episodes feel like their own arc,
yeah, okay.
and then the
cool.
next 3 episodes feel like their own
Yeah.
arc.
Yeah, well, we've just left sort of the place we're in for the first few episodes. So
So then
and
you
we,
sort
we
of
got
get,
we got the shot I really liked from the trailer, them going across like those like water fields at the squares.
yeah. That,
So I got
is
that
fun.
shot at the end of the 3rd episode. I was like, yes.
Yeah,
Looks
there's
good.
a shot at the end of the 6th episode, which is just stunning.
Wow.
Which
Well,
is
hopefully, if not fully caught up, I'll be close to catching up by the next episode.
that is fair.
Bit of fun.
Mind you, that's all I've been watching really, other than more Phineas and Ferb. Michaela and I went as Phineas and Ferb to a Halloween party.
That's awesome.
We
That's
now
cool.
own a Perry the Platypus plushie that transforms into Agent P by folding in on
Cool.
itself. It's great fun.
Okay.
And I of course watched the reveal from the end of the most recent episode of Doctor Who.
Yeah, I think we all seen that.
Yeah,
my
we've seen that.
God, so excited!
What's this about Doctor Who?
You don't know, Chris?
I've been on holiday. I don't.
Should I play it for Chris and he can have a live reaction?
Please play it for Chris.
Yeah,
I
do
don't,
it.
I'm
this
probably
is
the
a little
biggest Doctor
reaction
Who
within.
head here, right?
Oh
Yes.
well, you'd compete with me, but yeah.
Okay.
All right. I think-
All right. Yeah.
Time for Braden. I think it's time for you to lose at another
You can
quiz.
try.
Then.
Yeah,
It's a big
yeah.
statement.
I would be keen for a Doctor Who quiz, but I need to watch the latest 2 seasons.
Yeah, I was gonna say I haven't watched any of the most recent.
But
stuff.
hey, David Tennant, Matt Smith, I would take anybody on.
All right, we ready?
What about John Pertwee?
Nope.
Are we ready?
All right, you ready, Chris? You're not ready.
I want to know what happens next.
Here we go.
Oh, a new Doctor.
We already know
Another-
who the next Doctor is. It's gonna be
You're it.
the one of the people from Sex Education. But then this happens.
Oh,
I know these teeth.
oh,
What?
We're getting a David Tennant special.
We're getting
know.
multiple David Tennant specials.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Okay.
So
that's
exciting.
That's awesome. Yeah. I'm keen. I will be watching them.
Yep. And you can watch them on Disney Plus because the new episodes of Doctor Who are going to be airing day and date on Disney Plus.
Well, Michael,
Okay.
we're gonna watch. Now it's time for
Stay
us to go
tuned.
and watch every single
You'd go
episode.
watch
Doc-
Oh, no.
all the new Doctor Who's.
No, all of the Doctor Who's.
Oh, you're going OG Doctor Who.
Michael, we're going all the way back.
You're going a long way back.
We're going back?
We're going
You
back.
guys
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
join me?
There's some great episodes
I'm not
back
doing
there.
that. I'm not doing that.
No.
I no. So
How
you could
many
do-
episodes of Doctor Who are there?
Original series, hundreds, right?
Yeah, there's so goddamn many. So you could do what I'm doing. I'm watching the first episode of each Doctor, what's considered their best specials, because you
Yep,
know they're
very
not just one
nice.
episode; they're multiple 20-minute episodes, giving you an
Yeah.
entire
If
serial.
it's a Doctor's best, it's at least like a 3-parter.
Yeah. So at least a 3-parter or a 2-parter, at most an 8-parter.
yeah.
And so I've been doing that. I'm only just up to Tom Baker, the 4th Doctor.
How many Doctors are we up
his-
to now?
This is the 15th.
Ah,
Tom Baker's a big favorite of most people of the
Yep.
original set.
So I'm going through and I've been watching just like what's considered their best specials, and watching those, and then watching their regeneration episode, and then so on. I'm eventually. I think I should perfectly line up for when we start getting these new episodes. And I finally check out what criminally happened with Jodie Whittaker, because apparently she was great, but the writing was atrocious.
you see,
Felt like
You
it's
already
the
said-
same
you
with
said-
Peter Capaldi.
you said hundreds when you said when I asked episodes. I didn't realize it was 871.
That is a lot. What about
It is.
just the 2005 Doctor Who?
You can definitely just watch from
Yeah.
2005.
And their work. There's
2005.
probably... So Christopher Eccleston, the Scottish Doctor. He's from the north because all planets have a north, apparently.
You guys can definitely just start watching from 2005 when they.
I gotta
brought
watch
Doctor Who
House
back.
of Dragon. I gotta
And
watch.
for my next trick,
Oh,
He's amazing.
So good.
Yeah, I'm not
And,
sure of what it's like from 2005.
It's excellent, and you should watch it.
it is. They've all got catchphrases. It's
Oh.
amazing.
So fun.
You're
You're gonna love it if you ever want to put in the time to watch even just all the modern Doctor Who. It's a lot, but it's worth it.
It's worth it. David Tennant's series specifically are amazing. This one is
So-
it's still about the monsters,
So excited,
and
for
he's awesome. His first episode is
him to be
amazing.
back.
I've
Oh.
only ever seen one episode of Doctor Who because
It
someone
was
I
a-
went to primary school with put it on after we went somewhere. It was the Weeping Angels one.
Yep, that's a
So
favorite.
I've never watched anything other than that because
Yeah.
And the
That was-
Doctor's not even in it.
That was also my first experience with Doctor Who, because I switched the TV channel over to ABC and I saw Doctor Who was on, and I was like, oh, people talk about Doctor Who. I wonder what this is all about. And then it was a Weeping Angel jump scare, and I screamed and turned the TV off. And then didn't end up watching Doctor Who for another like 5 to 8 years.
Isn't that
Amazing.
Yeah.
Doctor Who's like the show where like all the British actors get their start on it in some
Oh,
way or another?
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
it's like
They
our
all
version
filter
of
through.
It's our version
It's-
of Neighbours and Home and Away. You're right, Michael.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
That's
they've
exactly
also
where I
got
was
you
going.
do EastEnders, then
Yep.
Doctor Who.
Yeah,
And then-
you got to do all the soaps, and then if you get through the soaps and the dramas, then you get onto like the comedies, and then you get onto Doctor Who.
And then
then
you're
you
onto the
might get a
game show
gig.
circuit.
Yep, game shows, and maybe like you might get a talk show gig like James Corden.
You
You
got
might jump-
Countdown,
Yeah,
Comedy Countdown,
8 out of 10
Big Fat
cats.
Quiz of the Year.
8 out of
These
10
English
cats.
people know TV.
They know how to do it, folks.
Or that's where you go just to have fun and make a little bit of money at the end of your career. I.e., what's his face from That show that you like, Chris, the Peep Show.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Oh yeah, David Mitchell.
David Mitchell.
He's very known as a funny man in England.
He's a funny
very
England
much,
man.
very much known.
He's a funny man that hangs out in England a lot.
That's right. He's on every panel show, which is good.
It's good.
Doing the circuits.
The BBC, everyone.
We love him. Until we don't.
Now, how did we get down this rabbit hole?
I mentioned how excited I was about the Doctor Who thing, and then you hadn't seen it. So I think we're primed for anyone else to jump in with whatever topic they want.
You guys see that James Gunn's back? James Gunn's the head of DC.
Yes,
that is big.
On the same day that
wild.
Marvel dropped the Christmas special, DC dropped that James Gunn's co-head of DC films, animation, and TV.
Be
Yeah,
wild.
they're
That's
fighting for
wild.
my attention. I love it.
Well, he's co-head with someone who will always be known as, and that guy who works with James Gunn.
What they're doing smartly is they're doing the Pixar approach, where you have two CEOs, one of them in charge of creative, one of them in charge of the business of money.
Mm.
So now we can safely say, and I think all the creators of the Harley Quinn show will take a big deep breath, because that man is notoriously outspoken for loving the Harley Quinn animated show, to the point where he's in the show as himself now. I think it almost got cancelled at one point, and he just went on Twitter and went, no.
Yeah.
So now that he's the head of DC Animated and TV, that show's not going anywhere.
Yeah, no, that show's so successful. Like they do comics. Like the show is based on
I've never
comic
seen
book
it.
characters. They've done comics based on the show, and people want all of them.
All I know is that Penny from Big Bang Theory plays Harley Quinn.
Yes. What's her name?
Kaylee Cuckoo.
Cuckoo.
Yep.
And a younger me would know that name off the top of my head.
Chris, you're not still a big Bazinga head?
No,
appeared on
there was
many
never
a
a
young
Bazinga head.
Appeared on many a young Christian search history.
Oh.
Yes. I'm sure many a young nerds that didn't like the Big Bang Theory certainly looked up a certain Mrs. Cuckoo.
Certainly popped a Bazinga on that one.
Oh, Brayden, come
Bazinga.
on. She's a person. Anyway,
all of the one I'm just googling.
Anywho, so that's a bit of fun. We're gonna see James Gunn, head of DC. It's then they like coming off the heels of Cavill being announced back as Superman, and now Cavill's leaving The Witcher.
Which I didn't hear the Witcher news.
Liam Hemsworth's replacing him, isn't it?
Now, yes.
Yep. Which in the makeup I can see that, but it's still going to be weird.
So I heard it's because Henry Cavill, like obviously commitments to DC, but I've also heard that he loves the books so much and he wants it to be as faithful to the books, but the writers don't like the books and they don't want to be faithful to the books.
I believe that. I believe that immediately because I've heard him say that, literally talking about The Witcher, saying like he's a bit on like the writing.
Yeah.
And also he's a big gamer. Gamer, this man.
Yeah.
He's gonna be he's so that makes sense why he's leaving. It's pretty weird though, right? It's weird.
It's very weird, and like they're trying to like.
Wait, so
I get it? They're trying.
Is that
to
after
act
the
like
current
Geralt
season?
of Rivia is currently like.
So they're currently filming
a James Bond or a Macbeth.
Yeah, they're currently filming season 3. So after he'll finish season 3, and then season 4
That's
onwards, he'll be Liam Hemsworth. I'm sure they're gonna do something at the end of season 3 now, where he just like looks like Liam Hemsworth now.
They do a Doctor Who regeneration.
Maybe we'll see.
It's be young Geralt instead.
It's weird.
But
isn't it cool?
Isn't it crazy?
Oh, they could do the entire season as a flashback.
Interesting. Isn't it crazy with James Gunn though? How man went from being fired from Marvel and Disney for things he said on Twitter years ago to now just the head of DC.
Yeah, he's now one half of the Kevin Feige of DC. And I did like that one of the first things that he came out and said was, the first person I contacted was Kevin Feige.
Then he contacted John Cena.
And then John Cena.
But you look at all the stuff that he's done for DC in the last 2 years. It's been the
Yeah.
best stuff that DC's got going.
Yep.
Mm.
DC would be in
But
a real rough spot if they didn't have James
It
Gunn
means
stuff.
for the next 4 years, I believe it is, he's exclusive to DC, so he will not be making anything for anyone else.
Mm.
So he's
By the
they-
DC movies.
yeah. So he'll be locked in there, which
Well,
is good.
I gotta
It's-
say, DC are at a point right now where they really can make a recovery, but then you do remember that the next film they're working on is The Flash.
So here's the thing that DC need to do,
Oh.
because we're all complaining about Marvel fatigue now. Like, we're over it. Sure, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever is going to be fantastic, just because you've got like a proper artist at the helm of that, who they're not going to fuck.
Rihanna.
Who they're not going to fuck with his vision for that one, which
Yep.
I think Ryan Coogler. I don't like Black Panther that much, but I feel like this new one could be better than the first.
New one looks so good.
Even though it's 2 hours and 40 minutes, what the fuck?
Oof.
Give it to me.
Long one.
It's a long one. So yeah, so that could be fine, but the rest of them, we had some shit lately, and I'll call it shit. I know Braden gobbles it up and goes, I haven't seen Werewolf by Night, but I've heard that's an outlier at the moment.
You
as in
got
being,
angry at She-Hulk.
yeah, I don't like She-Hulk. She-Hulk's bad show.
She-Hulk's fucking awesome.
No, it's not. Do we want to go get the critic reviews?
Okay, so do you want to know the best thing about She-Hulk for me? I had someone come into the shop the other day, and I recommended a She-Hulk book to them. This person identifies as a woman, and they said to me, "Oh, I heard that show was really shit. Like, it's getting absolutely slammed online." And I was like, "Yeah, but have you watched it?" And they were like, "No, because I heard it was bad." I was like, "Okay, well, you go watch it, and you come back and tell me what you thought of it." And they started watching it, and they came back a couple days later, and they said, "That show's so much fun. I'm loving it."
I did watch most of the show, and even I have to admit, it's not a good show. It's not good. No, take
Okay.
visuals away. The writing itself is not good.
Okay.
And most of their TV shows so far have been fine at best. Loki, fine at best. Loki was a bit of fun. Winter Soldier. How many of us are rushing back to watch the Marvel shows?
Not to rewatch.
No.
Never met someone myself.
No,
I'm not
the-
particularly someone who rewatches TV shows.
because they're at the moment they haven't cracked the formula for TV because they're so
Well-
used to movies.
Yeah, they've at least, I'll give them this. They've brought back event viewing,
But
which I enjoy.
what they're doing is they're making 5-hour-long movies that they're cutting down to episodes, and it's not working. In my opinion,
We're getting. Wait,
See,
they might as
She-Hulk
well
is
just
specifically
make
not that.
them
Okay.
like 3-episode miniseries and take out all the boring stuff. Because I think a
Well,
lot of it's
like,
just filled with filler.
Loki,
Yeah.
Loki, Falcon, WandaVision, Miss Marvel, Hawkeye are definitely like movies split into episodes.
But like Michael just said,
think-
like they had the digital domain. People will watch full like miniseries length movie episodes. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think WandaVision and what was the other one in there? I thought WandaVision and She-Hulk and something else in there. I don't think they work as films at all, even as like considering them a long film. WandaVision's legitimately about playing with the format of a TV series.
but then at
Which
the end, but
is-
with saying that, so that WandaVision they market as doing experimental.
We're doing
different-
TV now.
TV's doing experimental, doing weird stuff.
They
Interesting
started
stuff.
out with WandaVision
Exactly.
really well.
And then it turned
then I
into
think it
the
dropped
same
off.
old Marvel shit with the big CGI fest at the end.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it was the final episode.
But they just turned into what they were saying they were trying to get away from and what they were marketing as getting away from.
I don't think they've ever said that that's what they're getting away from.
That's what
That's the Marvel.
Okay.
That's what
We'll
they
move on
deliver.
then. And I think Falcon and the Winter Soldier is probably the most boring one on a rewatch. because
Yep.
that one should have been a movie.
That's the
It-
most Marvel show. It's
Hawkeye
like it's
also
literally-
should have been a
Most
movie.
Marvel one. It is giving you Winter Soldier, like Captain America Winter Soldier, but instead now the focus is on Sam.
Yeah.
And it's just a long Marvel movie. That is all that is. It was meant to be the first one before WandaVision.
My
So-
feeling is that, especially with something like WandaVision, where it's so like it really tried to focus more into Wanda and the psyche of Wanda and what she's going through.
Mm.
Then it turned into big CGI action fest at the end,
Yeah,
where most
that
of the
is
show,
That is the problem with every single Marvel thing.
where most of the show, it didn't need that. It should have just been, we're focusing on Wanda. We're doing like it's
Mm.
we're not
Black Panther is a really good story about like overcoming like national and heritage bounds and like having to like respect your elders and ancestors' decisions even when they're the wrong decisions, and when to know making change and everything. But it still
And
comes down to
a battle at the
guy
end. I'm not
punching another guy harder.
I'm not just isolating the TV shows into this. All the movies lately have been like this too. Shang-Chi
Mm.
turned into a big CGI fest at the end.
Yeah.
They can't help
Yeah.
it. They think that's what's
And-
drawing audiences in.
Yeah.
These
We
big
had the big
sequences-
grand. Yeah, we had the big
Sorry.
grand stuff from Infinity War and Endgame, and I think
Exactly.
Yeah.
How
They've
big
And
did
taken-
we
that's
get?
what they keep trying to do now.
And these big, huge CGI heavy sequences, the action's there, it's jumpy, it's cool, but it just doesn't hit anymore.
Mm.
We've been there
doesn't.
before. Yeah.
like it was cool in stuff like Iron Man and like a lot like CGI and big battles, but obviously over time it stops being such a
And then
new
you've got
concept
stuff that
and
isn't
burnout.
100% like that, but I think just suffers from being way too long and having too much filler. Miss Marvel and Hawkeye, I would say. They have maybe one or two more episodes than they should. I think Miss Marvel could have benefited being a movie maybe. I think that has one more episode than it should at least.
Any of you guys watch the finale of She-Hulk?
No.
Yeah, I've seen the thing from it.
They specifically poke fun and error and criticism on the Marvel formula of
Yeah, but
ending with a big CGI fight.
that's cool.
and-
You can address it all you want, but then they're going to keep
They do
doing
the
it.
same thing.
yeah, they're gonna keep doing it with their other. Well, actually, they might not. Black Panther: Wakanda Forever could end in some cool way.
We don't. Yeah,
We're still gonna
exactly.
get a bonkers mess of CGI fight with Namor and
Like
Black
it's
Panther.
it's all fine and dandy to comment and be like, oh, we're being self-aware, but like it's still criticism that they're aware, fantastic, but they're not acting on it. Because I think there is Marvel fatigue. There's no lie about that.
Mm.
It's too like I think it's also because we're getting and
Is that among critics or among general audiences though?
I think it's approaching general audiences. I know a lot of people now that aren't critics, but they say they're not watching half of the stuff Marvel producing now, just because it's a lot. It's quantity. It's turned into quantity over quality.
Yeah.
And like quality over writing, quality over visuals as well, especially. You know, I think everyone we're all aware that there's a whole stigma with VFX artists at the moment in Marvel, where if you push back for a second in that industry now and say, you know, I don't think we can get this done in time, they blacklist you.
Yeah.
Mm.
Folks, these are the errors of capitalism, and this is the world we live in. It's horrifying. The world is run by corporations.
Yeah.
And
Committee.
and eat the rich and all that jazz.
So yeah, I think now into where I was going with this before we went off.
DC.
I think what DC can be now is something different. Is they can come in like Suicide Squad, the new one, James Gunn, was in my opinion a bit of a breath of fresh air.
Oh,
It
definitely.
was different. It was singular. It was like beautiful. It had stuff. It had stuff that did like reference to some extent other DC properties, but it in the end of the day, it was its own thing, and it was It
big
was
CGI fight at the end.
Starro, I'd say,
Yeah.
which was played more for comedy than it was for action.
Because it's a comedy, yeah.
I think, but outside, it's not just the fact of the CGI fight. Like, yeah, that can be a variant, but it's like also just the same. You run through the same story. Whereas with Suicide Squad, it was different. Obviously, they were just out, literally, like the whole thing. They just literally walked through the camp and killed everybody. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was the resistance because they didn't give a shit. Like it was. I think it's like it's the writing and just sort of the
Which
I
I
like-
think was
you look at- you look
the,
at
the
old-
issue with Black Adam is that it felt like a film from 10 years ago.
Yeah, 100%. Black Adam's forgettable as fuck.
Yeah.
And I think with James Gunn at the head, they can push to make more interesting, different, and hopefully weirder things.
yeah.
But yeah, I think Marvel
Only time will tell.
I think Marvel either need to strip back a few things in like things they're releasing and spend more time on what they've got coming up, or I don't know.
I think
The
having-
money needs to keep flowing, Alex.
Yeah,
if we
I
don't
think-
release the movies, we don't get the
Yeah,
money.
you're right.
Isn't
If they
there,
cut back one
issues
of
going on with Blade at the moment?
Blade, they've had to completely restart essentially, from what I've heard.
Yeah. It's
They've
rough
they
stuff.
fired the director and they're getting a new one in. Because it like you can hire as many. It's why a lot of these companies hire indie directors, to do their
'Cause they
films.
can manhandle them.
Exactly. It's why Warner Brothers did it with the people who are directing their Kong Skull Island and their Godzilla vs Kong. They're indie directors that they can shape into, and because like you're not gonna bite back if you've made one indie film that was a hit and now you get asked to do Kong Skull Island. You're not gonna
Yeah.
bite back if
No,
like-
you're gonna do what you're told.
yeah.
Yeah, and after that, you got a name, and then you can do your own thing.
Marvel are shifting. Like I'd say one of the best Marvel films lately has been a director that they can't really, that won't take their shit, which is Doctor Strange 2. I think
Mm.
Possibly a director that is passionate about the movie they're making.
yeah, I really don't think Taika was passionate about Thor: Love and Thunder.
I have so many issues with Taika and Thor: Love and Thunder. I think that's the biggest fuck up that they've done in a while.
I genuinely, thinking of it, I just think they saw what worked with Ragnarok,
it's
and it was like, oh, it was different because it was funny and stuff.
People,
and like,
the
all
audience
right,
is laughing.
yeah.
Remember
and then
that.
they were like, Taika, you need a whole movie of that, not little bits. There
They-
needs to be
Exactly.
balls to the walls that.
The
And, like,
beauty
yeah,
of
they-
Ragnarok was that it was still Marvel doing Marvel, but
It was still action
It
and
had
stuff.
it had Taika's spice. like-
It was a meal that had been made, and then a
Little
little
bit
bit
of
of that Taika
Yeah.
spice.
It had the
got
sauce.
flavored over the top.
So it's like
Sprinkle.
it's
Little
like
sprinkle.
when you get a burger and you've got the special sauce on it. You go, "This is delicious," and the sauce is there, and
Yeah.
the sauce is enhancing it. But I
Burger
don't,
was good.
sauce
Now
right
it's great.
I don't want a bowl of the sauce just to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
No,
you know,
you're not even eating it; they're just shoving it on your
Yeah.
face.
yeah. You know, you've just sprinkled it on top, but with Love and Thunder, the cap has come off with the bottle, and it is literally just now your
They're
food is swimming in.
injecting it into your veins with that.
Yeah,
It's on an
even
IV
better, yeah.
with the pickle sauce coming in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had so much hope for Love and Thunder too.
We all did.
but-
We all got excited.
mean,
we all
yeah,
went.
we were all
Ragnarok was
very
great.
hopeful.
Jojo Rabbit was great.
My God,
Yeah.
Natalie
source
Portman.
material's fantastic.
Which,
They brought
which,
Natalie Portman back.
Yep,
yeah. Which
so much.
begs to differ, like how much free, like I know, like it was a bit of hopefully a bit more like Taika freedom instead of them shoving their fists up his butt.
I think
But
it was a bit too
but-
much Taika.
Like
Yeah.
you said,
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Like you look at Jojo Rabbit and Ragnarok and stuff. How do we go from those to that?
But then you
Yep.
look at, you hear about all the stuff with Love and Thunder. How much shit was cut out? Like you think listen to all the actors that filmed a bunch more stuff. Like I think Lena Headey filmed stuff.
Yep.
Peter
Yeah.
Dinklage filmed stuff, and like all that stuff got cut out.
Yep.
And
I have no idea what the cutting room floor of Thor: Love and Thunder looks like.
I also want to see how much Christian Bale stuff got cut because we sort
A
of
lot,
saw him become
apparently.
God
He
Butcherer.
said a lot.
the God
Yeah,
Butcherer
like-
that we see kill one
One
god.
god.
Two
Yeah.
maybe. We see him kill
Like-
one and the aftermath of another.
I'm pretty sure they came out and said that they had to cut stuff because it would have become R-rated. Like,
Fuck it, go for it.
Christian Bale went too dark and too scary with it
That's
for
what happens.
Taika's film.
So either that, like either you aware on set, everyone needs to be on the same page on set. That's bad direction then. If no one went into Thor: Love and Thunder going, it's gonna be R. Like that's to go for R. No one thought that was gonna happen. And like that's not how Marvel operate. They're not gonna do that until the Wolverine and Deadpool shit comes out.
Oh my god. I forgot.
If they don't let that be R-rated.
Oh, that's gonna be R-rated. Jesus
I was
Christ.
so
That
disappointed.
I would watch an R-rated Marvel movie. I'm in.
Well, Chris, watch out for 2024 when Hugh Jackman returns in the role of Wolverine in Deadpool 3.
Oh, I didn't know Hugh Jackman was returning.
Oh my god, Chris.
Whoa.
That warms my heart.
You don't know any of these things.
I don't know anything.
Oh my god. Hugh Jackman was that actor who was in The Greatest Showman, in case you didn't know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I know him from his voice,
And
maybe.
The Prestige. He was in The Prestige.
And he was in
Oh,
The Prestige.
yes, the Magician movie.
Except you're forgetting his best movie.
He's in it twice. Yes.
He's two of them.
Was that Reminiscence or whatever it was from last year?
Reminiscence, Chris.
Reminiscence?
Do you remember
That
the scene where he's
that was a movie?
reminiscing about him reminiscing?
Yes. Yes. The reminiscent Inception.
Yeah,
that was
fantastic.
amazing. That was a highlight.
It's a 10 out of 10.
We just looked at each other and laughed in the cinema, didn't we?
Yeah, that was one of the ones where I looked at the wrong time, and the run time was going to be like 5 hours. No, the run time was going to be almost a 3 hour film, and like I was just like, oh, Chris, get ready for it. It's a long one, and then the movie ended an hour and 38 minutes into it, and we were just like, okay, we were lied to, but thank God.
That's
Yeah.
the best kind of lie.
So
God damn. That's like Chris's flight at the start of the episode. There, you bookended
Yeah.
it.
Exactly. Yeah.
What a way to round it off.
Thank
was
you
nice.
all for joining us for episode 178 of MMT Millennial Movie Talk, a movie news, reviews, and all-around chat and discussion show. Chris, it's wonderful to have you back.
Thank you.
Welcome back,
I'm glad you
buddy.
had a
I'll be
wonderful
back.
time. It's good to have you back. We didn't even get into the weird historical war films that you're watching and stuff, so we'll get plenty of that next week.
we'll do that.
We will. We should all watch the new German war film on Netflix.
All right, buddy, we'll do that for you.
Yeah, you have fun with that.
I will.
You
will.
can follow us on your podcast service of choice. If you can leave a review on it, please leave a review. It helps a lot. You can subscribe over on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/MillennialMovieTalk, where you can watch the show every week. You can see our faces, including a picture of Chris. And you can leave a comment, like the video, all that stuff. You can watch our trailer reactions on there.
Please do.
And if you really want to, you can follow us on your social media of choice, probably Instagram or Twitter. Or if you really, really want to, you can support us on patreon.com/MillennialMovieTalk, where you can chuck us a buck or two, help make the show happen.
I would give us money, preferably 2.
Do it.
$2 gets you a lot on our Patreon, I'm pretty sure.
I would
Yeah.
give us 3.
Whoa, 3,
Oh.
Chris? You know what you get for 3? You can get access to all of our commentary tracks.
You can get access
yeah.
to my nudes. Oh, I mean, sorry, what?
Michael's got
Whoa.
really cheap
I gotta
nudes.
start
Oh
paying
my
money
God.
for Patreon.
Like a
I
kid
gotta
in a
make
candy
my
store.
way in this world somehow, Brayden.
Michael makes $36 a year on Patreon for nudes.
I don't.
Actually,
I take
no,
a cut
he
of that.
makes
I'm his
less
pimp.
than
I'm
that
his
because
pimp.
it's split between us.
Yeah, but I'm his
Hasn't-
pimp.
hasn't
so
discovered
I
OnlyFans yet.
get a bit of that his cut as well. Remember,
Yeah, you get majority of it because that's just how it works.
end the show. I'm not turning it back on.
Go.
As always,
I'm Alex,
I'm Braden.
I'm Christian.
And I'm Michael.
and we're out of here. Goodbye, everyone. I'm waving.
Bye.